Dun 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 dun
Dun.
Hey guys, how are you?
Welcome back. We are
the Riffsters,
Welcome
and
back.
Julian's brain is broken.
I'm broken.
Which is why he keeps repeating himself.
Welcome back to another episode of the Riffsters podcast. Episode 32, in case you guys were wondering.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
It's almost been a year since we've started this, actually. I was going back through my Facebook, I don't know why, and I saw a post of mine that said, hey, our very first podcast, go watch. And
About a year, huh?
yeah, it's been about a year.
We took some weeks off, so I think that's why it's 32 and not 52.
Yeah.
Or we also actually didn't start live streaming them for quite a while.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was trying to focus on what we were talking about, but it smells so much of shit right now. like it just...
My cats just took a poo.
Smells odor.
Which is hilarious, because we were literally just watching
Tell
videos.
the people what we just looked up on YouTube.
We were just watching videos of dogs getting scared by their own farts. So,
Scared, like, awake,
Accurate.
like they're sleeping, and they go... and they get all startled.
Accurate. Georgina and
hi, Georgina.
Illegal both say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
It's Happy Monday.
Is it
Happy
illegal?
Monday.
It is ill. I think it's illegal, not Lil Ego. Illegal?
No, it's illegal.
It's illegal.
That's what I thought you've been saying the whole
Lil
time.
Ego?
No, it's ill. I think it's ill.
Ill.
It's,
Like the illest
the I and
ego?
LL look all really similar. Oh my god, it smells like asshole. God.
I'll be right back.
It smells like there's an anus right here. Like I can't even just.
That's what we get for watching farts.
How do I share the link to our live stream on Facebook?
You look like a ninja.
I'm just
There should
gonna-
be a link on the bottom right.
On the bottom. Oh, I see it. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining. I'm going to share this on our Facebook page so that people can join. And somebody talk while I do this.
I'll talk.
So Derek doesn't have much to say at all. That's wonderful.
That's all I got.
I just took care of some stuff, so we good. Still
Do you
smells a
remember
little like
that
butthole.
movie? There's this movie starring Jack Black in like early 2000s called Envy, and his neighbor invents this thing called Vaporize, or it's this spray thing, and you spray it on like dog poo, and it like literally disintegrates.
That's awesome.
And then he becomes no, I'm sorry, it was Jack Black and Ben Stiller. It stars Ben Stiller like as the protagonist.
Okay.
Jack Black, his best friend and neighbor, invents this Vaporize, and I think it was Ben Stiller's like kind of brainchild. But Jack Black did it. He got really rich, built this mansion right next door, and Vaporize.
Keep talking about poop, I think, is the lesson I just learned, because we've shot up to 6 concurrent live viewers, which is the fastest we've ever reached 6 live viewers in Riffsters history. Riffsters record, pull the cord, confetti descends.
Which is hilarious, because this is not even our shittiest podcast.
I know.
Dude.
Remember our shittiest podcast? Confirmed, it is ill ego, because he says, yeah, like sick. Like ill, like sick.
Like the
Nice.
illest ego.
Like the illest.
Illest ego.
That sounds like,
Georgina.
I don't know, a rapper name.
It
Ill
does.
Ego?
It does.
It's kind of like Migos.
Ill ego.
I bet you there is a rapper named Ego. Which is why.
Plot twist, it's actually him. He's
I know.
he's
Oh
the Riffsters.
shit.
He's actually famous.
Yeah.
Um,
I just said oh shit.
he's like.
I didn't even mean it that way.
He's the author of such hit singles as "Sick with It" and "Diseased in My Mind" and.
Don't do that or you're going to get a county fine of $350 minimum.
Georgina.
Illegal.
That was one of his lesser hits. And
It was just a long title.
And can't stop the flow. ... of this diarrhea because I'm ill.
Got him.
For serious, actually, lol.
Do we want to tell everybody how we even got on this whole like farting?
I thought you guys already told them that.
But I mean, like even before
Before
the dog
that.
farts, you have to read Phil's status. It's everything.
It's
It's
going that far
brilliant.
back.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, we're going that far back.
Um,
So because we don't want people to think we just look up this shit on
That's
YouTube.
Don't we though? Don't we?
Like, people just take it at face value. They're like, yeah, weird YouTube video? Yeah, I've been down that rabbit hole.
Check.
I've been there.
Been there, done that.
One of our friends, shout out to Phil,
Hi, Phil.
who's probably not watching this, but
It's okay.
Might at some point. He posted a Facebook status this morning that said, "Just woke myself up with my own fart. Ask me anything," which I thought was hilarious. And so I commented, "What were some of the sources of inspiration that you looked to in creating your fart?" And his reply was, "What do you say? Like bean and cheese burrito was really instrumental in its conception, but the intro was But it was primarily inspired by the intro to Redbone by Childish Gambino."
Oh, we have somebody new in here.
Donduje de Juna.
Hello.
Or Donduje de Juna, depending on regionally where you're from.
Touche.
You said Phil would maybe later watch this, and I like to think, have you guys seen Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Who you guys have? I'd
read
like
the
to
books.
think that when we die, there's going to be entire teams of historians studying our life, going through every detail, every small like AppleWorks software or like document from 4th grade that they don't even make anymore. They'll make applications to read this. Every birthday list 2004. They're going to look at it.
I love that. It's funny because I was just thinking about this. I love the separation, the gap that exists between the creator and the audience, in the sense that like the audience like mythologizes what the creator creates, and it's often more important to the audience members than it even is to the creator. Or they'll like read things into George Lucas has experienced that. But I was just watching this video of a screenwriter, Tony Gilroy, and he was just talking about a script that he'd written, and one of the audience members asked him the question, was like, that scene, like it was like some famous scene that he'd written, like great dialogue or monologue or something, and like, that scene, like I was just wondering if you could shed some light on like what that meant. Is it like this interpretation or that interpretation? He's like, honestly, I read a lot of interpretations, and most of them I'm just like, that sounds really good to me. Let's go with that. He's like, what I meant it to be was like this, and this, which is like really simple. And he's like, but then I read some other guy that was like, it represents the 3 Furies and how they come out in death and this and that and the 4 horsemen. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. Let's try yes. Like he didn't even.
Reddit makes it better.
Yeah, like he didn't even mean it. So it's always funny. Like you make stuff if you're a creator of things, and then what is the audience going to then take and like totally reinterpret?
Dude, I can't wait to finish my book and like just have one person read it and put it on Reddit, just one, and I want to read the theories.
I'll do it.
Theories.
Yeah.
I always think that like, if you publish a work, like you're a musician, you've probably done this, where like you put out a song, right? And you're like, original song by Volpe, great song. And then someone would comment being like, yo, this sounds exactly like this song. And you're like, no. And then you listen to it, you're like,
damn.
Oh, shoot, I was listening to that song before I made this.
So there's lyrics in your song, you've been lovesick, and now you're following them home. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, right. I've had that happen a couple times though, where I'll be writing a melody or the hook or something, and then I'll be like, yeah, that sounds great, and then like most of the times I catch myself and I'll go listen to another song and I'll be like, oh damn, I completely just unintentionally I now believe it when big producers get sued or like songwriters get sued for like sounding too similar. I believe them if they say they didn't know or didn't do it consciously, because it's so easy to like, because you listen to it all the time.
Oh yeah.
And then when you're coming up with it, you're just like, yeah, that sounds
even
great.
Even just like 6 notes or something. There should be like some kind of like legal like oopsie daisies or something. I was listening to it. Sorry, I didn't know. I'll pull it.
There kind of is. I'm pretty confident. It's if more than 4 notes, it's either 3 or 4 notes. If more than 4 notes are in a sequence, then it's are the same. Then it's grounds for like you're liable to be sued for.
Wouldn't there be a finite combination of 4 note sequences then?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if someone could develop like an app or software that could track all of them and just try to like hire a team of lawyers and like go to people and being like, hey, you have a case here. Let me take 50% of your thing.
There already is that, yeah. I mean, YouTube can like pick up your music pretty easily, and then there's also like music listening software that is able to like pick up what song it is like almost completely accurately. I've never had an issue with it.
How did dun 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 dun? How did that get by? This is like the exact same intro in both Ice Ice Baby and
that's sampling.
Under Pressure.
That's sampling.
Oh, was it?
So they've gone to the record label, said we want to sample, we want to use this in our thing, and then they had to pay their money to have the sample. That's sampling.
Was it an official sample? Like, was one of those an official sample of the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Under Pressure is the original song, and then Ice Ice Baby samples Under Pressure.
Okay, that's okay.
But the rule on it is, if you if you sample the original master, meaning like if you literally took the audio snippet from the master song, you have to pay them like 90% of your proceeds. If you play the same melody but you replay it yourself and re-recorded it in a different way, you pay them like half or not nearly the full amount. So you like typically you'll find art like there was this hip hop hit by DJ Mustard where it was called Show Me.
DJ Mustard.
Show Me with Kid Ink and Chris Brown. It was like a huge track. It was like ding 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 ding. Like it was like that.
Yo, I'm bopping to it already.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It was from an old dance track. I'll play it to you after the thing. But it was from an old dance track from like the 90s. This female pop singer from like Germany or something. It was her track. So he didn't sample her actual recording. He replayed it himself. So the melody is still he still has to clear he still has to buy the rights to the melody, but he doesn't have to give away all his money because he didn't sample the actual. Anyway, there's like a whole legality to the royalties and shit with songs. It's how these guys who like don't put out stuff forever, if they have one song that pops, they can make money forever. Like Back in Black, like AC/DC, they're just cashing that check.
What do you think of
movies?
I love that dude really so much.
Oh, it's really, really good.
I'm gonna go ahead and post that in the comments section for people who
people really need to watch that. It literally brings joy to my heart every single time I watch it.
Can you look them up on A to Z lyrics? Like, what are the lyrics to that song? Or is it just...
I mean, it's in Russian, so yeah,
we wouldn't know.
We'd have to translate it, but
here's a fact that'll blow your mind. You know Johnny Cash's song "Hurt"? That's a cover of a Nine Inch Nails song.
True.
Isn't that crazy? That like
wait,
literally
what?
Johnny Cash's song, like "Hurt."
I thought it was the other way around.
You'd think it would be the other way around, but it was one of the last songs he recorded before he died, and it was like Trent Reznor or whatever, from Nine Inch Nails. He came up with the original. And it like just didn't get much playtime, and everything is much, much slower. Johnny Cash was like, "Yo, this is a banger. I'm gonna record this," and it blew up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like the time thing.
I did not know that. I always like the Nine Inch Nails version better. So I love Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, I like the Johnny Cash. That's my favorite.
I mean, I like Johnny Cash's as well. I'm not saying like it's like horrible or anything. I love that one too. It's just like I first heard the Nine Inch Nails one, and I was like, "This is dope." It's
for different tastes.
Yeah. Well, I like metal and stuff, so
I think it's one of the few examples of a cover that improves upon and is far better and more successful than the original. Another big example being Mad World, when originally a Tears for Fears song, which I actually really like the original. It's like an upbeat 80s. Have you heard the original of Mad World? Mm-hmm. Oh, you'll like it because it's an 80s song and it's got that vibe. But the Gary Jules cover with the slow piano is what everyone knows.
All around me are familiar faces. It's really weird that you brought that up because I was just in a live stream earlier on Slay Tricks, and one of the girls on the who was playing with us started writing those lyrics, and I was like, oh man, this really brings back to Donnie Darko.
Is that what you think of when you hear that song?
I was about to say it's not what I think.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
Teaser. Yeah.
Well, Donnie Darko came first.
Yeah, I didn't see Donnie Darko until much later. But it was in the first Gears of War ad, and it was like one of those most successful ads of all time.
That rabbit still messes me up, man.
They had that rabbit still messes me up, man. We'll get there. Otherwise, I want to talk about Donnie Darko now.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah.
But just really quick, Gears of War had an amazing series of ads. That they saw the success of that one, and then Gears of War 2 and 3 both had advertisements with similar...
what music did they use?
So Gears of War 2 did one that actually wasn't music. It was a percussive instrumental score. So it was like just like heavy kind of orchestral drums, like a dramatic soundtrack. And my favorite poem of all time, and I know that poem because of that ad, which is the one I've always talked to you about. The I have a rendezvous with death.
Oh shoot, yeah.
So it's a guy reciting that poem in like a crackled, like garbled, like it's like he's reciting it over an old radio on top of these percussive drums, and it's the commercial. I'll show it to you. The Gears of War. The guys like, and it's like them rushing towards their it ends with this big. Everyone's rushing towards each other in this battle, and then it's the line, I have a rendezvous with death, and I, to my blessed word, am true. I will not fail that rendezvous. And then they clash, and it goes black, and it's like, here's look. I just look at this.
Oh my god, he
chills.
seriously got goosebumps.
I just took $59.99 out of my bank account and transferred it.
You're like, and done. And then Gears of War 3 was another. I think it was a Johnny Cash song. I just forget which one it was, and that one was really good too. But
Johnny Cash is often used.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Because the Logan trailer was spectacular with her.
That was great.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you guys remember it was one
That was
of the
actually a pretty
trailers?
good impression. Huh?
That was good.
Sorry.
Do you remember one of the trailers for Halo 3? It was like the Believe campaign.
Oh,
they
God.
made like miniature, like 2-inch like action figures of the entire battlefield. And it's a bunch of the, is it Covenant or Elites?
Yeah.
And they're just destroying the Space Marines. And then its Master Chief is being like held by his neck by one of the Covenant with one of the energy swords. And it just like it has this really sad music and stuff. And then it zooms into Master Chief's hand, and he has this plasma grenade right in it. And it's lighting up. And I'm like, oh, shoot!
It's just the camera panning.
It's
like
pans.
it's like
it says.
I didn't see this.
It says believe, and then I'm like, I believe. Yes, $59.99. It's
like
yours.
it's like as if they made and done.
Yep.
Dude, the sticky grenades were my shit back in the day. Like, I would purposely put them on people's crotches all the time. Like, I would aim for your crotch every time. Actually, I had pretty good aim for the crotch area.
Crouch, you throw.
I think there's no better feeling in gaming than you launching a plasma grenade across the map and seeing someone walk behind a corner and then seeing your kill feed go killed, you know.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
Have you seen that movie?
I have not seen the movie.
You haven't seen that?
I know about it, but I have not seen it.
How much do you know about it?
65 to 70%.
It's a
Because
weird
I read the
movie.
synopsis on Wikipedia.
It's a very weird movie. Like, it's definitely like one of those like cult like followings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to really be into that kind of like dark, mysterious, kind of brain fuck kind of movie. But
so
back in my darker phases in high school.
The Donnie Darko faces?
Yeah, some would say Donnie Darko phases.
You tell me about your interpretation. Like, talk to me about Donnie Darko.
Well, it's been like 10 years since I've seen it, but my interpretation was like everything just kind of like played itself out, and like he just met his fate.
Interesting. So you haven't read the novels of mythology surrounding that movie?
Nope.
Okay.
I've stayed far away because that movie like just is a mind fuck.
So Iligo says I've not seen it. I know there's a rabbit, and everyone knows the rabbit.
Well, that's because it's creepy.
It's from the DVD cover.
I believe his name was Frank.
It was Frank.
It was Frank, yeah.
We should play a game of I try to describe something I've never seen, and you guys judge me on how accurate it is.
Hey, you have to do that all the time.
What was the game? I'm sorry, I was responding to a comment.
Okay. I used to play this game where I haven't seen many Disney movies, you guys know this, and people like to make fun of that, so they're like, hey, what do you think Aladdin's about? I'm like, guys, let's not do this. And then I go into extreme detail on what I think it's about, and everyone just laughs. But I think I have...
I love this game.
Why haven't we turned this into a whole series of videos? This is hysterical. Like,
Yeah.
find movies we all haven't seen, and then what you think it's about.
I was like, we were at California Adventure together, and I've never seen The Little Mermaid. And we were on the ride, the Little Mermaid ride. Do you remember California Adventure?
Yeah.
And I was going through with Tyler, Keith, and I was riding the ride. I'm like, yeah, there's Ariel. Like, I can name her. There's the
Such a
tentacle
cute ride.
witch. Ursula.
Tentacle witch!
And then I was going through and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on actually. I'm following, not following. Same with Beauty and the Beast. I've not seen that. I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen the remake. And so I was writing copy on the trailer when it just came out, the Emma Watson one. And I was watching it. I'm like, yep, I know the cast. Actually, I have no idea how this movie ends.
Oh my god.
Dude, we have to make this.
Why haven't
shoot this?
Why hasn't this been your movie night?
Okay, anyone who's watching right now, hold us accountable for this. This will be a Riffsters series. Guy who hasn't seen movies describes what they're about.
It's kind of like little 3-year-old tries to describe what Star Wars is about upon the first viewing and can't do it, but way less cute.
That is so... Okay, we're going to revisit this. We should watch Donnie Darko.
Yeah,
because if you haven't seen it and you haven't...
It's been 10 years.
You haven't delved into the... So here's the crazy thing about Donnie Darko is it is a movie, but it's like a mythology that expands way beyond it. and there are essays, like literal essays, interpreting the mythology built.
But what has the director and writer said? Because
He's
that's
like,
all
yes,
that
let's go
actually
with that.
matters.
That
The
sounds
essays
good.
are piecing together like, you know, sound bites of the like. So like the general idea is that like there's this entire, because the movie just presents to you the life of this kid who kind of has this weird premonitions of the future, and kind of weird events unfold, and it's kind of just like, it's just bizarre, and like
He's a bizarre kid.
Yeah, and the first time you see the movie, you have no idea what it's about. Like you have no clue what you just watched, and then you have to go read these essays, and then come back and watch it again, and then you're like, okay, I get it. And it's basically like the most streamlined version of it I can give you is that there's this mythology of the time-space continuum every so often becomes unstable and causes a breach and a fracture where it creates multiple timelines of events.
Shoot.
And one person is designated as the chosen one who has to, you know, who's the only one aware of the fractured timelines, and they're responsible for uniting them, or else all of existence
ceases to
exist. And so Donnie is one of, because there's another lady in the movie that you meet who was a previous, I forget what they call it, there's a term that they call it in the mythology, but she was like a previous version of this, and she survived. But then his journey is him like trying to he doesn't really know what's going on, but he just kind of figures it out, and it's like reuniting the time streams, and it's like you have to watch this movie twice.
Is this canon?
Yeah.
Like, has the director confirmed or like had any commentary on these series?
I'll show you the like websites dedicated to, like, it's one of the weirdest examples of a movie that makes no sense, like on the surface, and then you have to go like read all this extra shit to like make the thing make sense. It's so weird. I can't think of any other movie like it. Like,
Last
honestly.
Jedi.
Yeah. No, I really like, the only thing else I've read that deeply into was the Terminator series, when I was trying to make sense of all the timelines of the Terminator series.
That one gets confusing.
That one hurt, man. I got it to a good point, and then they made Terminator Genesis, and I was like, well, fuck everything.
X-Men as well.
Oh man, there's actually like a physical timeline thing on like the.
No, X-Men makes sense.
Yeah, but it kind of gets like.
Well, like
it kind of gets jumpy.
Things in Logan, how they like legit have the samurai sword from the Wolverine, and they reference New York, which canonically like wouldn't make sense because it's like a divergent timeline.
Well, the idea is that there's two timelines that crossed over in Days of Future Past. That's what it was,
But Japan was after Days of Future Past.
No.
Yeah, Days of Future Past was the 80s.
Yeah, he went back to the 80s.
Yeah.
But like Days of Future Past is set in the timeline of the original X-Men movies, followed all the way through to its end.
Oh shoot! Is that true? Is that the beginning?
Yeah.
Where the Sentinels are destroying everything?
Yeah,
I thought that was a third timeline.
No, the idea is that like, so the original X-Men movies with like Halle Berry and
right.
What's his name? Patrick Stewart. Like, so those movies carried through to X-Men 3: The Last Stand, where they kill Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go off into the Wolverine, where because in the Wolverine, the Japan one, he's mourning the death of Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And then at the post-credit scene of that movie is both Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen's characters showing up at the airport and being like, "We need your help,"
because he lost his claws.
Or he got it back by the end of the movie. Like, it was like a virus that they had put in his, or like okay. So he got it back. Then they approach him and they're like, "We need your help," and he hasn't seen them since the events of X-Men 3.
Huh.
Then that leads directly into the timeline of Days of Future Past.
X-Men 3, Patrick Stewart died.
Yeah, but at the post-credit scene of that movie, which no one remembers, is
I don't even know this happened.
He put himself into a new body. There's a post-credit, because there's Moira, the character Moira McTaggart, who's played by Rose Byrne.
Moira?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moira,
sorry.
Oh, there you go. Now you're getting it.
She's introduced in the original 3 X-Men movies, but like no one remembers her character. But there's a scene in X-Men 3: The Last Stand, at the post-credit scene, where there's a person lying in a bed, and the whole movie they make small mentions of how Professor X was practicing transferring consciousness. So they've been like laying the groundwork, and then the post-credit scene, he wakes up and you hear his voice go, "Moira," and she goes, "Charles," and that's the post. And for some reason, nobody remembers that scene.
But then in Logan, he's back to being in his
Right.
body.
So hold on.
I'm so confused.
Hold on. So he
I'm like listening intently.
So then you have Days of Future Past, where if you follow the original X-Men movies through to their inevitable future, it's where they're all getting killed by the Sentinels, and that's the timeline.
Right.
And so they send Wolverine back in time.
Yeah.
To the timeline of the new movies, which, if those movies had followed course, would have aligned. But the act of sending him back means that that's now all the new X-Men movies are in their own timeline, which was altered by them preventing that
So Logan
future.
is in.
So Logan is in the original. Yeah, post Days of Future Past, but the original timeline.
That is no mas.
Because you remember in the end of Days of Future Past when he goes back and everything is fine?
Yeah.
Because he fixed it. And no one else has any memory of the Sentinel timeline where everyone died. Because that never happened because
So is Patrick Stewart dead?
Well, as of Logan, he is, yeah. But
in the new timeline, he could have a different death. I'm so confused.
So post Days of Future Past, the younger characters and the older characters are in their own divergent timelines.
So we still have a chance.
What does that mean?
That he could do something better with his life. Or Xavier.
Well, James McAvoy, Professor X, could go on a
different path.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, But
Patrick Stewart, Professor X, that's how his story ends.
Yeah.
And so Logan is the second future that they created when they prevented the first future of the Sentinels killing all the mutants.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Because when Wolverine comes back to his original timeline at the end of the movie, he's like, Charles is like, everything's fine, everyone is alive, everyone's great.
Yeah.
And Charles is like, the only one that's like, you've been through some shit. We have some stuff to talk about. So they're the only two that know that there was a future in which the Sentinels killed all the original X-Men.
Yo, look at you. Watches X-Men, ends up with a PhD.
Yeah.
I know, right?
But then the shitty part is they all end up dying anyway because Professor X goes crazy.
Because the corn.
In Logan, yeah.
Fudge. Well, wasn't it the corn that killed him? The blast killed out a couple of them, within the blast radius. But wasn't it they're poisoning the mutant?
That resulted in the death of the mutant population at large.
Yeah.
Professor X was responsible for killing the X-Men in an accidental, and Wolverine was the only one with a healing factor. So, and then Deadpool exists in this weird place where he can meta reference both of them in his own movie.
I wish he wouldn't. I'm too confused as is.
That's one of my favorite lines where it's like, let's go see Professor X. He's like, McAvoy or Stewart, these timelines are so confusing.
He gets it.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I love that line. Man, I didn't intend for this podcast to just become an intense analysis of the timeline of the X-Men series.
Hey, I needed
that.
it.
I'm on board, yeah.
I can't believe you guys have never, what did you think happened? What did you think?
Honestly just thought Sony didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Fox. Sony is Spider-Man.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Another Marvel thing.
Now, y'all gotta do some learning.
Question, do you think the X-Men in any capacity are going to fold in canonically, even by reference, into the MCU?
I think they'll reboot them into the MCU.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
With or without a Wolverine?
Probably with.
I would say with, just because he's such a loved character. And we already watched his death once. I mean, we need to see him younger and...
I'd prefer they use Laura Kinney, the X-23. Don't touch Wolverine for at least a decade. I'm still getting over Hugh Jackman. He was perfect.
He was.
I love Daphne Keane. She's a little young, though. So if we want to have a really young X-23, we can do it. Or you can cast her as an older Laura Kinney. But just we get, this is over here. Just don't retread that.
I kind of like that she's younger because then she could do several movies
she'd
the
be
Wolverine does and not...
Or Spider-Man Homecoming.
Much.
Tom Holland has a bright future because he's so young.
Yeah.
It kind of just bums me out the way the timing works out, because by and large we got a really awesome cinematic universe for the Marvel movie. Sure we got a really cool span of movies and a great saga. Mm-hmm. But it's just kind of a bummer that the rights issues
just getting resolved now.
Yeah, it's this weird timing, right? Because now you have you have characters, the core Avengers have met each other and known each other for a while. But it sucks that you now have all these amazing new characters that are literally just meeting the Avengers the first time in Infinity War, when presumably some of them are going to die. Well, no one Black Panther has never met anyone other than he has, my bad. Doctor Strange has never met any of the other characters except for Thor. So his first time meeting Tony Stark is in the movie where probably Tony Stark dies. Like, his first time meeting Cap is in the movie probably where Cap dies. And it just sucks that the timing worked. Or, like, Spider-Man just got worked in through Tony Stark. It'd be a bummer if Tony Stark is out and done with the Marvel Universe. You know, like, it just... Like, they can all carry it, for sure. Like, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, like, they can all be their own unit and, like, carry this Marvel Cinematic Universe into Phase 6.
Yeah.
But it sucks that the timing did... Because in the comics, they all exist at the same time.
Yeah.
So that... it just bums me out. And now, now the X-Men are being folded in. But, like, the whole cool thing is, like, Wolverine talking to Hulk. And, like, Doctor Strange talking to Mr. Fantastic. Like...
Here's a question for you. If you could bring in one character that is not in the MCU, that's in like the comic MCU or the comic Marvel Universe into the MCU, who would it be?
One character who's not in...
Okay, so if we have some surprise character that hasn't been advertised in Infinity War, rights aside...
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He's dope.
What about you?
So someone who's in the comics but that hasn't been in any... live action.
Any Marvel character, regardless of rights, that has not been previously in the MCU.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Could be kept? Wait.
No. Sorry. Warrior Woman.
Who's
Not
Warrior
to be confused with Wonder Woman.
I don't know. I think everyone I know... I don't know enough.
It's cool, you can copy my test. Just make a few changes so they won't know.
I read this comic series that got canceled, unfortunately, because nobody bought it, but they should have because it's amazing. It just didn't get the marketing. Warrior Woman, she's been in comics like before and everything. Like, she's had her own stories, but it was called the Fearless Defenders, and it was like an all-female like Defenders, basically.
Unrelated to the Defenders that we already have.
Kind of like it's kind of like its own offshoot from that because it has Misty Knight in it. So it is related, but not. That's why I got so excited when we were watching Daredevil and I saw Misty Knight. I was like, yes, bitch, yes! Like, Fearless Defenders, let's go, baby! Like, but yeah, she was in it, and she has, like, blonde dreads, and, like, she's basically Marvel's version of Wonder Woman, but she's got, like, blonde dreads. She's got, like, this dope, like, dragon tattoo, like, down her side, and she's just, like, so sassy, and I love her.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
And her armor's way cooler than Wonder Woman's. Like, much better. Do you want me to go get the comic right now? Because I'm ready to show you. I'm ready to I want to cosplay it so bad.
Warrior Woman?
Yeah. She's amazing. And she's got, like, this dope mask. Ugh. It's like this, like,
is she
silver,
like Amazonian, or like is she the equivalent, or is she like a secret identity of like someone that's actually?
From what I remember, yes, it's like the same. Like, literally, Wonder Woman's like equivalent for the Marvel universe. She's a little darker in terms of like personality and stuff. She's not as like, I guess, innocent. I mean, to be fair, Wonder Woman has had some dark times, but anyway, is that thunder?
I think
that's
it's
the wind.
Oh.
Yeah, guys, if the...
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I thought that was like a live
that's
action
not
version.
it.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's this.
That's not it.
And that's Warrior Woman.
I know, that's like the newer version.
Oh.
That's
what
her
about that one?
That's her daughter. That's Black Canary.
Oops, that's not what I meant to click on.
Oh no, that's Valkyrie.
Okay, I'm going to
Who's
answer
also
this
awesome.
question twofold. One, Doctor Doom is one of my all-time favorite characters. I'd love to see him as both a villain and an anti-hero. I think he would be amazing in the MCU. It's a little bit late now, and I don't care about the Fantastic Four. I just want him. He's brilliant.
I feel the same as you do. I like Doctor Doom. I hate the Fantastic Four. Like, I can't stand them. All of their movies sucked. I'm sorry if anyone liked them. I hated all of them. Like, I could care less about the comics. Like, okay, nerdy dude gets hot blonde chick. Like, cool. I don't know. I mean, yes, but he's also cute.
Well played.
Also, I would love to see, and this is controversial, Ninja Turtles in the DCEU.
Oh yeah, they could, because they're technically
DC?
part of the banner.
Really cool, and they've teamed up with Batman before. I'd like to see like gritty Ninja Turtles, but not like the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles. Like,
although I actually like those movies. Guilty pleasure. Hot take. To address some of the comments real quick.
Yeah.
Before we continue.
I'm like trying to like read them.
Trent joined. He wants to know
Hey,
what we thought
Trent.
of his Lego Riffsters.
Oh,
they're amazing.
Loved them.
Very good.
Well, very,
I like that
very
you
accurate.
use Frodo's hair for Jack. It's pretty good.
Dana would know
It
what
was
Frodo's
solid.
Lego hair looks like.
That's because I have Frodo over there. Well, maybe it might have been Bilbo, actually,
All
because
of
that's a
them were
lighter
really
color.
solid.
But anyway.
Like there was no question who was who. Like the outfits they had pretty on point. The hair, even the facial.
Well, my hair was a little off, but close enough.
Shout out for Trent.
Yep.
Shout out for Trent. Shout out to Trent for creating Lego Riffsters.
Mm-hmm.
Georgina's catching up on all the Marvel movies.
Heck yeah.
She hadn't seen them, so she's catching up.
Nice.
Cedric wants to know, what are your guys' thoughts on Carrie Coon's cast as Proxima Midnight? Which I'm guessing you guys don't know what that means.
Nope.
Okay.
Who's Carrie Coons?
I think I saw that on Reddit earlier.
Who's Carrie Coons?
It's the actress. I don't know who she is. I didn't know who she was. She's been in TV and some other stuff that I haven't seen.
Bring her up.
But she's basically going to be the voice of Proxima Midnight, who's one of the Black Order of Thanos in Infinity War. So she's doing mocap and then the voice.
I'm not that caught up with Thanos's whole background, so I didn't even know he had dudes until we started playing Marvel.
She was in Fargo and The Leftovers, but I haven't seen either of those shows, so I'm not familiar with her. But
she looks nice.
I'll go ahead and say
for mocap voice,
awesome.
I'm on board. I trust the casting department.
And Illy goes, Dr. Doom needs to be done justice in the films. I was actually going to say, I think post Thanos, there's only two people I can see being a suitable big bad for the next 3 phases of Marvel films. It's Dr. Doom or Norman Osborn. Those are the only two people.
Galactus?
Galactus I could see, but I don't see how you go from Thanos to Norman Osborn, you know?
Yeah,
but
me neither.
Or even Doctor Doom, great villain, but
Dr. Doom's done some shit.
But that's perfect. That's exactly how you go from Avengers 1 being
Cleanser.
Loki and the aliens coming through a portal to Avengers 2 being we created this machine that's going to destroy us. It's been done so many times in cinema, and it's the best. When you go huge, then the only thing you can do after is to go small and intimate. So
it's the Ant-Man 2 effect.
You create the Ant-Man 2 effect. you create a villain who's personal and intimate and human and fucks you up that way.
So it's not just the same thing over and over again. I will say, just because we talked about it, in the Fearless Defenders, Warrior Woman actually ripped Dr. Doom's head off.
Shoot.
She's powerful as shit.
What are her powers? Super strong, obviously.
Super strong.
Or great leverage.
Basically everything Wonder Woman can do.
Excellent knowledge of leverage and other physics
ripping
principles.
Fly, just really good warrior, enhanced strength. Not.
Is she an Avenger or she's?
I don't believe so. Yeah, I don't believe so. To be fair, I've only read. The only thing that I've read that she's been in is the Fearless Defenders, and it's an ensemble, so, I only know that and what I've read on, Wikipedia about her, because I was so obsessed with her in that show, so, yeah.
Question for you guys. We're missing one Infinity Stone, the Soul Stone. How, it's too late for it to appear. Everyone thought it was going to happen in Thor Ragnarok, even Black Panther, but it's going to be, obviously Thanos is going to fulfill the Infinity Gauntlet. How are they going to introduce the Soul Stone, or does Thanos already possess it?
Wouldn't it be just the best if someone was just carrying it in their butt this whole time?
In their butt?
Like prison style?
Through TSA?
Would that just be the best?
Thanos is I need the one more, and then one of his henchmen is oh, wait. Yeah, no, I got it.
We're one of the heroes, we don't know who. But just someone's been just cocaine housing that fucker in their anal cavity for this
who would
entire...
it be, though? Who would it be?
I don't know.
And why would it be Ant-Man?
And why would it be Ant-Man?
Hank Pym is hold on a second.
There we are.
That's why I've been constipated for years.
Was holding on to this.
Pulls a Hagrid pulling the cake out of his ass. The Sorcerer's Stone's there we are.
Hope, get the Soul Stone. What do you mean, Dad? Where's the Soul Stone? I hid it in your rectum when you were a child for safekeeping.
Yeah.
I think we need to call child services.
Can we do a recap on all the 5 Infinity Stones that, their current whereabouts? So Collector or Nova Corps has one of them.
Yeah.
2 of them?
Do you guys know? Quiz. I'll quiz you. How about this? I'll quiz you.
Sure.
Dana, where's the Power Stone? The purple one.
You mean the one I can't see? Because I'm colorblind?
The one that looks either blue or gray to you.
Great question.
Are we a team?
Okay, Derek, where's the Power Stone?
The Power Stone, of course, from 2012's Guardians of the Galaxy, is hosted in the Nova Core on planet
Xandar.
All of them.
Dana, where is the Reality Stone, otherwise known as the Ether, otherwise colored red?
That one's, well, wait a minute. That one was on with Thor. Wasn't it in Asgard?
Where is it currently?
In whose rectum is it in?
Whose rectum is it?
To be honest, I haven't seen Thor: The Dark World.
Whose asshole is hosting?
I only seen Thor: The Dark World once. I need to rewatch it, but it was such a bad movie that I just didn't want to watch it again. So I don't remember.
It's not
the
bad.
Reverse vision. It's just like meticulously placed.
Yeah, if he can have it in his forehead, how come someone else can't have it in their a-hole?
I'm sure they could somewhere.
Okay, Derek, do you want to take
I remembered which movie.
That's fair. Yeah, you remember what movie it was in, but you
I don't
didn't
remember
say
what happened to it.
Where's the Reality Stone, otherwise known as the Ether?
No one knows. Literally, like, not stated.
Where was its last known whereabouts?
You know.
Thor.
Asgard, you know, it got destroyed.
It was brought to the Collector, played by Benicio del Toro, in the post-credit sequence of Thor: The Dark World by Stag and Lady Sif in a container who housed it until Guardians of the Galaxy happened, and his workshop was destroyed by the Power Stone. And we currently, because it exploded, and we currently have no knowledge of the whereabouts of the Ether past the Collector's possession.
Plot twist: Howard the Duck. Has like 3 Infinity Stones right now.
Dana, where is the Space Stone, otherwise known as the Tesseract?
What color is it?
Loki has it.
Blue. Loki is currently in possession of it after stealing it from the Asgardian vault in Thor Ragnarok.
Where is it?
He just is holding onto it on the ship that they all were on at the end of.
I watched that movie. I didn't see that.
Thor Ragnarok. It's implied that he takes it. They linger on him staring at it for a second. Where is the Mind Stone, yellow colored? Correct.
For those of you who don't know, that means on Vision.
Correct. And then I think the final one is, or the one
green
besides the Soul Stone would be the Time Stone, which is where?
Oh, that's on Doctor Strange's amulet.
It is in your nipples. It's in the Eye of Agamotto.
But in the Sanctum Sanctorum in Kathmandu, Nepal.
Or on his neck, but yeah.
When he's in Kathmandu, Nepal.
Yes.
Yes. Or New York.
Could be both. Could be London.
Iligo says maybe Thanos already has the Soul Stone. He had the Mind Stone and gave it to Loki.
I think that's what Alicia was thinking, is that like the 6th one, like the way they're going to introduce it is Thanos has had it all along.
So here's my counter argument to that, why I don't think he has it, or why it would be stupid if he did. Because the post-credit scene of Age of Ultron is, or one of them, is Thanos opening a vault and grabbing his Infinity Gauntlet and saying, "Fine, I'll do it myself." And the gauntlet that he puts his hand in has no stones.
But did it show the side of it? Did it show the thumb? Well, dang.
Also,
doesn't mean he couldn't have gotten one.
Here's another little tidbit for you. They released a TV spot recently for Infinity War, and it was cropped to the different sizes of the different social platforms that it was debuted on. If you watched it on, I believe it was Instagram, square cropped, but you get more of the top and the bottom. So every other place that you watched it, there's a scene of Thanos exiting a portal with the Infinity Gauntlet on, and the bottom of the screen crops the Infinity Gauntlet. In the one cut, which I think was the Instagram cut, where you can see the full thing, you can see the gauntlet, and he has 4 stones.
Which ones?
He has the red one, so the Reality Stone, the blue one, the Space Stone, the purple one, and I believe
Visions.
The yellow one.
We've seen that from the trailer.
So he has 4 of them, which is crazy because every other trailer has only showed us him having the blue one and the purple one. Because in the other trailers, there's that scene of him putting the purple one in. Yeah. And he does this to punch Iron Man, and he's only got 2. So it's pretty, so everyone was kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa. How the fuck did you get 4?
Lois, this is not my Batman glass.
Whose anal cavity did you pillage?
I'm not gonna lie, I love Legos. However, Legos, like just like the set titles, are full of spoilers.
Oh yeah.
And each, like I've already purchased some Infinity War sets, obviously. And each one comes with an Infinity Stone, and it pertains to it, and so that's how you collect them all. And then Thanos comes with an empty gauntlet, and Wakanda is important.
That's why I was thinking this whole stone would be like hidden in the depths of Wakanda.
That's kind of cool.
Solo, a Star Wars story, has gotten some spoilers from Legos as well.
Yeah.
Don't want to know.
It's not always super accurate though, because sometimes they'll release sets like assault on the tower, and there's like no tower in the movie, and it's just like, so sometimes it's not. Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt.
It's just, look at like the licensed products, and like obviously the people making the movie are in cahoots with the licensed products, and they're like giving plot details and stuff. So it kind of is just kind of risky plot wise to have these coming out so soon.
Mm.
Eileen says, there are too many Marvel movies, I can't keep up anymore, I have so much to catch up on.
If you had to do an abridged version of the MCU, let's say with 6 movies, what would you do? So you've never seen the MCU, you're getting ready for Infinity War.
Oh, you're saying if I was to if we were to recommend?
Yeah. So
well, you have to watch Guardians of the Galaxy because that shows the most on Thanos. Even though you don't actually see him ever, like they talk about him enough. Yeah. So Guardians of the Galaxy is it for sure.
Do you think that you'd skip all the solo movies and just do Avengers 1, 2, Guardians?
I think you can watch Avengers
Doctor
1
Strange
and not have to watch anything that came before it. Like, it's good to watch those. I think you can watch Avengers 1.
Okay, Avengers 1. So 1 of 6.
I would actually say, if you were going to watch one movie out of Phase 1, probably it would be Captain America.
Yeah.
Because it introduces the Tesseract. It introduces Nick Fury. It introduces Howard Stark, which informs his relationship with Tony.
Right.
I think if you had to skip all the movies except for one out of Phase 1, I would say you watch Captain America. Okay. Because the ending of Captain America perfectly leads into Avengers 2.
It does.
Okay, so you're going to burn Captain America and Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with Dana. We definitely need Guardians.
You'd have to have Guardians.
I think Doctor Strange.
I think Guardians is the only thing you watch out of Phase 2. And then I think you have to watch Avengers 2. I think you can't skip the Avengers installments.
Right.
Yeah. You can skip Civil War, technically.
No, you have to. No, you have to.
To know about Thanos and everything.
But Civil War.
That's right. They're still kind of broken up right now. I forgot.
Yeah, so like everything that happens in Infinity War is directly taken from the fallout of Civil War. You can't skip Civil War.
That's true.
Okay, I would go Avengers 1, 2, Civil War, Guardians, Captain America, Doctor Strange. Because Doctor Strange also introduces like time elements.
Yeah.
Introduces the reality.
You kind of need.
And then
Thor
also
2, though, right?
Cosmic Universe.
I would actually.
You need Thor.
I would actually say not Doctor Strange and Thor Ragnarok.
Ragnarok?
Yeah.
You at least. I'd say you probably need to watch all 3 Thors because you need to know Loki. Like Loki's the big bag in Avengers, the first one. Like he's kind of like the glue.
But this is like
but hold on, listen, like. Thor has everything to do with like outside in the galaxy as well, so you're getting more than just what's happening on Earth. You're getting
you're getting the cosmic.
But that's why I think you need Thor 3 because Thor 3 you don't need Thor 1 and 2 for because Thor 3 in the beginning he recaps everything that happened in Thor 1 and 2.
That's true.
That was Matt Damon that recapped it though, right?
Yeah. But like you don't need Thor 1 and 2 because he does the recap. He says, by the way, in case you haven't seen the other 2, here's what happened.
Yeah.
Previously on Thor.
And we don't have room. We have 6 movies.
That's true.
Okay, actually, let's do it individually. Dana, what are your 6?
Those.
Thor 1 and 3 twice.
You don't need Thor 1.
4 movies.
You don't need Thor 1 at all. That's just an origin movie. I think 2 might be important just because like you do see one of the stones. Like it does have like significance, but if you're right, 3 is the most important. So at least 3 if you're not going to watch the first 2.
That's the thing. We don't need to know about the stones. The stones aren't the important part. The important part is where do the character relationships and expansions of their arcs rest. And the key movies is what we just discussed. You need to watch Captain America, Avengers 1, then Guardians of the Galaxy, then Avengers 2, then Civil War, and then Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Those are the key 6 movies. I'd be curious to get Alicia's opinion on this.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think that is a solid 6.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what about Winter Soldier? Because it subverts S.H.I.E.L.D., but you probably can infer that from Civil War and Avengers 2.
Yeah. And it really didn't make that big of an impact.
It didn't.
I mean, it did on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but, like...
Eileen says, I've seen all those movies except Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Perfect.
Tank02 says, you need to go see Guardians of the Galaxy then, which I agree. You
need to see that one.
You can't avoid Guardians. Like, that's key.
Yeah. And it's just a good movie. Like, it's probably one of my favorites of the MCU.
I need to watch both those again because I haven't seen... I've only seen the first one. I own them all. But, like, I've only seen the first one the one time.
Really?
And I've only seen the second one the one time, and I did not like the second one. So I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
I like the second one. I'm not fully on board with the cosmic side of the MCU yet. I'm not fully sold on the Thor movies or like the...
I think Captain Marvel is going to change that for you.
Hopefully.
I'm so excited for that because with all the casting, they're bringing Ronan the Accuser back.
Yeah.
90s,
right?
They didn't kill him off then.
No, it's a prequel.
Oh,
it's
that's
set,
right.
It's set in the 90s.
I keep forgetting it's back in the 90s.
So Nick Fury's in it, pre-eye patch. Coulson is in it, pre-stab wound.
That's exciting.
So like, I feel like it's going to be a great linchpin.
It's like pre-Avengers.
Yeah, it's going to be like a great... It's going to be so much fun for them.
How are they going to write? Like, is she going to die? Like, how are they going to write her? How are they going to explain her not coming to the call?
She's in a coma the whole time.
Oh,
after the events that happened in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Shoot, possible. We'll find out.
In her origin, like, she was in a coma after a certain event happened, and then she woke up with her powers.
Do we think there will not be a Spider-Man-esque cameo of Captain Marvel in Infinity War? Do you think there's like no chance of it?
I hope there is. I don't think there will be. Damn. No, I honestly am really sad that they haven't already come. The movie was supposed to come out this year.
Really? Before Infinity War or after?
Yeah,
well, when Spider-Man was reintroduced in the MCU, they pushed it back.
Oh, shoot.
So,
this has been in the works for a while then.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Kind of a somewhat related tangent. Miss Woodpecker is who I've actually never seen before, so welcome to the stream.
Yeah,
great username.
Miss Woodpecker is asking, did you guys react to the Incredibles 2 trailer that came out?
Someone, I won't name names, didn't want to...
I did not want to. It was just really late at night, and I got lazy.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I reacted privately at home. I just got her like, oh, no way!
I can say that Julian for sure was like, oh my god, like, going crazy.
I thought wait, are you familiar with the trailer? Like, have you not seen it yet?
No, I saw it.
We've seen the trailer.
Okay, I love the angle because the first viewing, I'm like, Mr. Incredible is gonna be the stay-at-home dad, kind of the babysitter of Jack. I'm like, this is really different. And then I was like, wait, this is great. This is very, very different. It feels fresh.
Yeah.
I just overall got the vibe of like this felt exactly like the first one, like
but in a
good,
refreshing way.
Yeah. I didn't feel like this was The Incredibles 2 made in 2018. I felt like this was The Incredibles 2 made a year after The Incredibles 1.
Yeah,
like
it's great.
I was just like, this just feels like totally like when they're like the house of the rich guy who's like mom's new job, and then all that stuff reminded me of like Syndrome's lair on the island. And then the part I love the most, I think that's like one of the most like honest real life things I've ever seen in a movie is the scene with him tutoring Dash on math, where he's like,
yeah.
And so like I think you do it this way. He's like, Dad, that's not how they taught us to do it. He's like, well, it's math. Why would they change math? I've literally seen that with my parents to my sister. Literally seen that exact breakdown of teaching methods. Mm-hmm. I was like, what a great scene. What did you like? You thought it was good?
I thought it was good. I can't wait to see it.
Did you not like the original Incredibles?
And it's not that I didn't like it. I just wasn't as infatuated with it as everyone else seems to be. But I also would rewatch it and probably feel differently.
Oh, okay, so you have bad opinions. Good to know. That's good to know.
I mean, it came out what year did it come out? I feel like I was pretty young.
I'd say 2006 or something.
Yeah,
it was
before I graduated high school. Back then, my biggest priority was video games. So anything else was second nature.
You know what? I have faith in Pixar because I think
2004.
Finding Dory was a great successor to Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
I think that Incredibles too. They're gonna nail it.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen Finding Dory.
It's on Netflix.
I know. I need to watch Finding Nemo again though. I feel like I need to watch it again before.
Canonically, you don't need to enjoy the other movie, but if you want to, you can.
It's more of a want.
Yeah. They're fun movies. They're
yeah,
they're good.
Yeah. Should we get on to our sponsor?
Yeah, we should, because we were going for about an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Today's episode was sponsored by John's Wicks. Premium candle wicks for all of your candle wicking needs.
Just don't, melt any of his candles in his store, or John's Wicks, the owner.
John, the owner,
might come murder you.
I'm not going to lie, they're not pet safe. They're not pet friendly. I've heard of one incident. I looked them up on like Yelp reviews. There's one incident, but otherwise flawless reviews.
Was it the dog incident?
Yeah, it was a dog incident.
Okay.
Let's not go for it. But yeah. I think like it was unopposed, honestly. Like all the negative reviews, their accounts seemingly were deleted like 3 days after. But I thought it was solid.
Yeah. All the positive reviews were great.
Positive,
yeah. Some of them I noticed like were negative at first, but I think, it must have been, and I'm just assuming, they used John's Wicks products a little bit more, and they, out of some, use, decided that they liked them after all. I don't know what happened there, but maybe...
It was the edit, like, now I like them. It was interesting. I think that's good customer service, to be honest.
Now I like... Update. Now I like them.
It was also interesting that instead of stars on Yelp, they used gold coins, and they were 5 gold coins out of 5. And I'm like, that's an interesting currency to be, like, upvoting this.
How do you even get that icon on Yelp?
Yeah, like... How many gold coins is a drink worth? And, like, how much is, like, if I need to, like, have my house cleaned?
These are the questions.
What is the exchange rate to it?
So get John's Wicks.
John's Wicks. Premium candle wicking. Not pet friendly? Was that you guys' experience?
He uses essential oils, and that's actually very toxic towards
to the animals.
Yeah.
Edit. They're very pet friendly.
So again, guys, buy John's Wicks candles. They're the best.
Coupon code Riffsters. We'll get you...
Just keep them away from your dog.
It will actually get you a free dog with every order of 50 or more candle wicks.
Oh my god.
What?
Somebody's opening the door right now.
No, they're very pet friendly. No, we said that. We said that.
Yeah. No, we're good.
You didn't hear that? Well, okay, rewatch it. We said it. We'll say it again.
Very
they're
pet friendly.
Very
extremely pet friendly.
You should totally buy them.
Yeah.
You can get
Nothing
them
wrong with
at
them.
the Continental Hotel, right? There's one in every country?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great product, guys. We should really cut it
100% good.
before.
Is that good? It's not? Oh. I don't know what else to do.
Please don't hurt us!
Please don't search my anal cavity for infinity stones.
It's like, what is this little gem?
It's actually the perfect crossover of these two things you're talking about. Did you guys see that meme or the comic panel that was like, it was like Thanos like, and now I have all the power, and then they like killed the dog, they're like, oh no, it was the last Infinity Stone is in that dog, and so he tears the dog apart. And he's like, now I have all the power, and they're like, ha, joke's on you. It's like, why? He's like, whose dog is it? And then it's like John Wick. And Thanos is like, oh crap. That about brings us to time. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching the another episode of the Riffsters podcast.
3, 2, 1.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Damn, that's good. 3, 2, 1.
Very pet friendly.
Dana,
3, 2, 1.
Goodbye, everyone.
That's so
nice.
lame. That's so lame. Bye, guys. Tune in next week.
I was saying goodbye because I'm going to die after this podcast.
Whatever. Tune in next week for another episode. Same time, same channel. Every time I want to say same time, same bat channel, which is Kevin Smith's same bat time, same bat channel.
We'll put up the signal. You'll see it in your city.
But I don't want to copy him because, the whole thing about that we were talking about earlier about suing and songs and all that stuff.
No, it's like we do
love
it.
You, Kevin
we
Smith.
do it, and then we're like, oh wait, yeah, shoot, I was watching that right before we did the podcast. I didn't realize that.
Anyways,
bye guys.
see you guys next week.
Enjoy your breathing.